Hi everyone, and welcome back to Easy Cooking with Linda B. Today is a cold, rainy day, and it puts me in the mood to make a soup. And the soup I'm going to make for you today is a broccoli soup. It's very simple and it's super delicious. I'm going to show you how to put it all together. Okay, so the first thing we're going to start out with is warming up the pan, which I have it warming now. I'm going to drizzle in probably about a tablespoon of olive oil. You could use whatever olive oil you prefer. So while that's warming up, I am now going to take leeks. Now what I've done was I've cut these leeks up. Actually, it's one leek. I cut it up. I took off the dark part, the stem. I'm sorry, not the stem, but the top of the leeks, because it was pretty hard. So I'm saving that for soup stock. I got it in my freezer right now. So what I've done is I've taken the leek, I've cut it small, and I put it in water to get rid of the sand, and I'm draining it because I don't really want all the water in my pot. So what I will do here is take my leeks, put it in my pan, stir this around. I'm going to raise the temperature up a little bit. It's not as hot as I would like for it to be. So what I'll do here at this point before I put anything else in the pot is I'm going to let this cook for just a few minutes to start to soften. And I'll show you what we do next. Okay, now I've had the leeks cooking probably for about 3 minutes. Now at this point, I want to add a little bit of heat. So I'm going to take some red pepper flakes, put just a few in my palm, which is probably even less than 1/8 of a teaspoon. I love the pepper, but I don't want it too hot. So I'm going to mix that in here. Then what I like to do is throw in a little bit of pepper. And if you find that your pan is getting a little too dry, go ahead and add some more oil. Throw in a little bit of salt, a couple pinches there. I will add a little more oil, like that. The reason why I put the peppers in at this point is because I want the aromatics of the pepper to come out. That's where you're going to get all your flavor, and it's going to combine with all your ingredients. So I'm going to now let this cook for a few more minutes, and then I'll add the garlic. So at this point, I'm going to add in my garlic. I have 3 cloves of garlic here. The more garlic, the better for me. I love garlic. Mix this in, and I want to cook it maybe for about a minute just to get the rawness of the garlic out. And then the next thing I'm going to add will be mushrooms. Now you don't have to put mushrooms in this soup recipe if you don't want to. We just happen to love mushrooms, so I'm going to put that in here. I want to get them started because I need them to cook so they can soften up. I think I probably have maybe about 6 portobello mushrooms, the small ones. Okay, I'm going to increase my heat a little bit more. And now what I will do is let these cook for a few more minutes, and then we'll go to the next step. So the mushrooms and the leeks have been cooking together for about 5 minutes. And at this point now, I am going to add chickpeas. That's optional too. You don't need to add these. I'm going to add probably about a cup of these. Just add it right in. Now what I did with these is I've rinsed them, I drained them, and I rinsed them. Okay, and we're going to get those cooking too. Okay, now the next thing I will do, and I like to add this sort of in the beginning, is this is my favorite, better than bouillon. Now they say a teaspoon of this goes with 8 ounces or 1 cup of water, but I'm not sure if it's going to be too salty. Now remember, I've already added salt, so I'm going to start out with 2 teaspoons of this bouillon, to 4 cups of water. Then if I need to add more, I will. So I'm going to put that in here now. I want to get this cooking. Stir it in well. Of course, every time you add something cool to your pan, it always cools it down. So you may have to just keep adjusting your heat. This is really a simple soup. There's not a lot that goes into it, and yet it's going to have a ton of flavor, which is what you're looking for. Okay, so now at this point, I'm going to add my 4 cups, if I can grab it. Oh, it's heavy. 4 cups of water to my pot. Turn up the heat. Here is where I want to get the water up to a boil. And then what I'll do is I'll mix it all together really well, taste it, and see if I need to add more bouillon. And if I do, I'll just let you know. Okay, so now my water has come to a boil, and I turned it down to simmer. Now I tasted it, and I did not add any more chicken bouillon. I may add it a little later at the end, but at this point, I'm not. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is add the star, which is the broccoli. Now what I did with this, it was frozen. I just simply let it sit out for a while to thaw. And the point of doing this too is to keep the broccoli green. Okay, because a lot of times if you cook it too long, it'll dull, it'll get soft, it'll become mushy. As you can see, the heat has decreased, so I'm going to turn it on up higher. Now, also what I'm going to add is 1 cup of these shells. These are small shells, or like a soup shell. I want to put that in here and mix this together. So we all know that the pasta will take and consume most of this liquid, so you're not going to have a lot of broth. So what I do recommend you doing is taking 3 more cups of water, adding it to your soup, and then when it comes to a boil, decrease the heat so it simmers. And one addition that I'm going to do is add liquid that the chickpeas were in. And I'm going to pour that in here. This will give it a flavor, and it will sort of thicken the soup a little bit too. Then when this is all simmering, I'm going to taste it again. I'll probably need to add that bouillon, but I'll let you know. My soup is ready. I'm so excited because I'm so hungry. But anyway, I had it cooking so that the shells inside are fully cooked. And as you can see, the broccoli looks very good. It still has its nice green color to it. Now this is optional. I love cheese in my soup. So what I have here is Parmesan Reggiano. I will then microplane some of that in here. Not a lot. I just want to give it a little bit of flavor. And then stir that in. Now, here's another ingredient I'm going to add that's purely optional. You don't have to do this. I love cream in my soup. I always prefer a light cream. It's not as heavy, but yet it gives it that creamy flavor and texture. So I'm going to probably pour just a little bit of that in here. Right now, I think I poured in probably a little more than 1/4 of a cup. Ooh, that looks good. Oh, look at that. Oh my goodness, I can't wait. I'm going to scoop some in a bowl, get it ready, and I'm going to show you what it looks like, and then I'm going to go for a taste test. Oh, look at that. The mushrooms, the broccoli, the leeks, the shells, the chickpeas. This soup is packed with all sorts of great vitamins, and it's just so warming, and I can't wait to dig in. So I'll let this cool, and I'll be right back with you. Okay, now I'm going to taste it. I've let it cool a little bit, but I love cream, so I'm going to add just a little bit more in my bowl because Bob likes this soup, but he probably won't want as much cream as I add in mine. So now I'm going to taste it. Let you know, so excited. Oh. Everyone, I got to tell you, this is awesome. Oh my goodness. It has a flavor of chicken. And of course, there's no chicken in here, but you could also add that if you want to. And I get that nice flavor from the broccoli and the mushrooms, and the leeks are mild. They're not as strong as onion. And of course, garlic is a must for me. So I hope you do make this beautiful soup. And I will list the ingredients and the instructions in the description box below my video. And if you have any questions, of course, just reach out to me through a comment. So I hope you enjoyed watching my video. And please, if you have not subscribed, please do so. It does help my channel to grow, and I could bring more wonderful recipes to you in the future. And remember, enjoy life and never stop learning. Bye now.